Hello friends, this is Devbrata Pramanik and you are watching my channel Physics Friends. Today's topic is solid angle. Before starting, let me recapitulate our two-dimensional angle. A two-dimensional angle is always made by an arc length. Here, an arc length L makes a two-dimensional angle theta, which is defined as arc length by radius is equal to L by R. As both L and R of same dimension, that is of length, so we get the two-dimensional angle theta as a dimensionless quantity. Solid angle is a three-dimensional angle which is made by an area. As in two-dimensional angle, uh, an arc length makes makes the angle. For the case of solid angle, an area makes the solid angle. Here, an area S makes a solid angle at O. This is the solid angle which is of the shape of a cone. To make the solid angle a dimensionless quantity like before in the case of two-dimensional case, we have to take the solid angle expression in this fashion, that is area by distance square. In two-dimensional case, we take arc length by distance and here area by distance square, so that we get the solid angle as a dimensionless quantity. Now look at this figure. Here an elementary area ds makes a solid angle d omega at O. ds is at a distance r from this point O, and the angle between ds and r is alpha. We know that ds is along the positive outward normal to ds. Here the solid angle made by ds at O is defined as ds dot r cap by r square, that is ds cos alpha by r square. As the angle between ds and r is alpha, so we get ds dot r cap as ds cos alpha. But what is ds cos alpha? Ds cos alpha is this area, which is nothing but the projection of ds on r. So ultimately we get solid angle expression, the elementary solid angle made by this elementary area d omega is as area ds cos alpha, area by r square, that is distance square, area by distance square. Often we consider spherical polar coordinate to express the solid angle. Let we take an elementary area ds over a spherical surface in spherical polar coordinate. Look at this figure. Here this is the elementary area ds. We have taken ds within polar angle theta to theta plus d theta, that is within elementary polar angle d theta, and within azimuthal angle phi to phi plus d phi, that is this one is elementary azimuthal angle. If this is d phi, then this angle also is d phi. So this arc length would be r d theta and this arc length would be r sin theta d phi. So we get the area ds as this arc length into multiplied by this arc length is equal to r sin theta d phi into r d theta, r sin theta d phi into r d theta. So the elementary area ds takes the form r square sin theta d theta d phi. One thing more, here the direction of r and the direction of ds, that is positive outward normal, is along the same direction. So the angle between ds and r is alpha is equal to 0 here. So we need not to take dot product here. We get here the simple expression of the solid angle as area by distance square as ds by r square, that is ds by r square gives us the elementary solid angle in spherical polar coordinate, and it is equal to sin theta d theta d phi. So the elementary solid angle made by an elementary area in spherical polar coordinate at the origin is equal to sine theta d theta d phi. This is the elementary solid angle in spherical polar coordinate. To get the entire solid angle made by this entire sphere at the center, we have to take the total integration over this elementary solid angle, and the limit of the integration, for the limit of the integration, theta runs from 0 to pi and phi runs from 0 to 2 pi. Why theta runs from 0 to pi? Look at this figure. Theta runs from 0 to pi and phi from 0 to 2 pi for one complete circulation. After taking this integration, very simple integration it is, d phi gives 2 pi and sine theta d theta gives minus cos theta. Putting this limit, we get ultimately 4 pi. So a closed surface makes a total 4 pi solid angle at its center, whereas for two-dimensional angle we know for a complete circulation we get 2 pi angle. Thanks.